Welcome all of you in this class. Today I am going to explain average value of AC and relation between average value of AC and peak value of AC. Okay, average value of AC, how you define? Look here. The value of direct current which sends the same charge in a circuit in the same time as is sent by the given alternating current in its half time period is called average value of AC. We are already derived the expression average value of AC in complete cycle which comes 0. But here we have to find average value of AC in half cycle. Okay? Average value of AC is denoted by IAV or IM because it is also known as mean value of AC. Okay. Now I am going to establish relation between average value or peak value of AC. For this we assume that let an AC which is represented as I is equal to I naught sin omega t. This is the general form of AC. The amount of charge flows through the circuit in a small time dt is dq. We assume in a small time interval dt dq joule charge is flows through the circuit. Then from the definition of current, dq is equal to I into dt. Okay, here I is the instantaneous value of current and I is I naught sin omega t. Here I naught is the peak value of AC. Therefore, dq is equal to I naught sin omega t into dt. Okay. And therefore, the total value of charge, total charge flows through the circuit in time 0 to time period t by 2. That means one half rotation. Okay. For this we integrating both sides with suitable limits. Okay. Therefore total charge flows through the circuit in time t is equal to 0 and t बराबर t by 2. T by 2 is the time period, half time period. That means the time taken by the AC to complete first half cycle or another second half cycle. Okay, which is represented by t by 2. That implies integrating both sides and we have I naught sin omega t into dt 0 to t by 2. Okay. If time is 0, then charge is also 0. If time is t by 2, then charge is q. Okay. Therefore, integration 0 to q dq is equal to I naught, here constant, and comes from the sign of integration t by 2 sin omega t into dt. That implies q 0 to q is equal to I naught minus cos omega t upon omega 0 to t by 2. Okay, 0 to t by 2. The integration of sin omega t is minus cos omega t upon omega. Okay. After placing the limits value, we found that q minus 0 is equal to I naught upon omega minus I naught upon omega cos omega t 0 to t by 2. Here lower limit is 0 and upper limit is t by 2. Okay, that implies q is equal to minus I naught upon omega cos omega into t by 2 minus cos omega into 0. Here t is variable, and in place of t, upper limit is first of all placed, and after providing minus sign, in place of variable lower limit is placed. Okay, that implies q is equal to minus I naught upon omega cos omega is also written as 2 pi by t into t by 2 minus cos 0. These two cancel these two, and this t cancel this t. Therefore, that implies q is equal to minus I naught upon omega cos 2 pi minus cos 0. Do you know what is the value of cos 2 pi? Yeah, minus 1. Therefore, q is equal to minus I naught omega minus 1 minus 1. Cos 0 is equal to minus 1. Therefore, q is equal to I naught upon omega minus I naught omega into minus 2. Therefore, q is equal to 2 plus 2 I naught upon omega. Okay. Now we assume that the mean value or average value of AC in first half cycle is IAV. Then if IAV be the mean value or average value of AC, average value of AC in first half cycle. If IAV be the mean value or average value of AC in first half cycle, then from the definition of current, IAV is equal to Q upon T by 2. Current is equal to charge upon time. The rate of flow of electric charge is called current. Here IAV is average current. Okay, that implies IAV is equal to Q is equal to 2I naught upon omega. 2I naught upon omega by T by 2. Okay, that implies IAV is equal to 2I naught by omega into 2 by T into 2 by T. Okay, IAV is equal to 2I naught, omega is equal to 2 pi upon T into 2 by T. Okay, this T cancelled this T and 2 is cancelled by 2. Therefore, IAV is equal to 2 into I naught upon pi. Okay, 2 into I naught upon pi. All of you know that the numerical value of pi is 3.14 or 22 upon 7. Okay, that implies IAV is equal to 2 upon 3.14 into I naught. Okay, that implies IAV is equal to 0.637 into I naught. This is the required relation. This is the required relation. Okay, this is the required relation. After dividing 2 by 3.14, we obtain 0.637 into I naught. This is the relation between average value of AC and peak value of AC. In this equation, IAV is the average value of AC on I naught is equal to peak value of AC. Okay. Now in next class, I will teach you how you find root mean square value of AC. Till, thank you. Have a nice day.